On Global TV News Prime, President Tinubu lauds military for killing notorious bandits. Lagos State overhauls traffic as NNPC deploys 100 trucks to Dangote refinery. In business, federal government grants subsidy to Kano electricity on customers. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the Global News Prime. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. President Bola Tinubu commended the military for achieving successful operations against security threats in the Northwest. The president stated that these successes provided further assurance that security operatives were capable of ensuring the nation's peace and security. The successful operations followed President Tinubu's directive to service chiefs to relocate to the zone until normalcy was restored. According to Bayo Ononuga, Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, troops from Operation Hadarin Daji neutralized notorious bandit leader Halilu Sububu on Thursday, who had been terrorizing citizens in Zamfara, Sokoto, and other northwestern regions of Nigeria. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, says the days of notorious bandit leader Bello Tuji and other terrorists is numbered as troops are committed to ending insecurity in Zamfara and the Northwest Zone. The defense chief stated this when he paid a working visit to the Sector 1 of Operation Hadarin Daji in Gusau, Zamfara state capital. Global Television brings you details. I'll bring you that detail later. The Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, says measures are being put in place to ensure residents displaced by insecurity and flood disasters in Niger State return to their homes soon. Senator Shettima stated this when he visited the internally displaced persons camp in Gwada Shiroro local government area of Niger State to sympathize with the victims of insecurity and flood disasters in the state. The Vice President, who also flagged off the distribution of relief materials to the IDPs, says his visit is on the directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to assess the plight of the affected farmers and to encourage the citizens to have faith in the Tinubu-led administration. The Chief Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, says the days of notorious bandit leader Bello Tuji and other terrorists is numbered, as troops are committed to ending insecurity in Zamfara and the Northwest Zone. The defense chief stated this when he paid a working visit to the Sector 1 Operation Hadarin Daji in Gusau, Zamfara State. We'll bring you the reports.
Zamfara is one of several states in northwestern Nigeria terrorized by heavily armed gangs who carry out mass abductions for ransom, as well as burning and looting homes. The Nigeria Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, is in Zamfara State for one-day operational visit to the 1 Brigade of Nigerian Army and Sector 1 Northwest Operation Hadarin Daji. He first paid a courtesy visit to the state governor, Dauda Lawal, and announced that a joint military theater operation codenamed Operation Fansanyama Northwest will be established to tackle the spread of insecurity in the region. He added that additional helicopters and other fighting equipment will be deployed to the state.
Not tell you what we are putting in place, but definitely reactions have been there. Those areas have been monitored and adequate actions will be taken accordingly. And it's not only him. All other commanders very soon, just like the way today, yesterday night, will be able to take out Halilu himself. We're coming after all of them one by one. The good thing for them is any of them who is smart enough should leave the country. But as long as he remains on the foot of Nigeria, he's not going to last longer than necessary.
The Chief of Defense Staff also announced the killing of Halilu Sububu, a wanted bandit leader operating in Western Zamfara, and a cash reward for the troops who carried out the recent operation that led to the death of the wanted bandit leader. The Zamfara State Governor, Dauda Lawal, appreciated the efforts of the security agencies in the state, adding that if Zamfara State can be rid of banditry, 70% of the security challenges in northern Nigeria will be solved.
In the northeast too, we had civilian JTF, we were trained, they were profiled by the DSS and the police, and were deployed with our men, and they operated together. And that is what we're going to deploy. And
so we're confident that with these efforts, and with the new measures put in place, it's just a matter of time, we will all celebrate. We're 100% behind you and your men, and we have absolute confidence that you will do what you promised. And we'll give you all the necessary cooperation in whatever means or whatever capacity.
The Chief of Defense Staff proceeded to the headquarters of 1 Brigade Nigerian Army Gusau, where he was briefed on the operational activities of the Sector 1 of Operation Hadarin Daji and offered a minute silence prayers for the souls of soldiers killed in recent bandit attack in the state. Over 30 operational motorcycles, hundreds of ammunition and firearms were recovered during operation. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
As Nigeria continues to grapple with the aftermath of devastating floods in Maiduguri, Borno State, and other parts of the country, the federal government has issued an urgent warning about impending flooding along the Niger and Benue rivers. The Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Usev, issued the alert in Abuja during a press briefing on the flooding situation in Maiduguri. He warned that a large volume of water was flowing through the rivers down to the Niger Delta region, stressing the need for heightened vigilance and proactive measures, particularly in southern Nigeria, to mitigate the effects of potential flooding. The Minister of Environment, Alhaji Balarabe Abbas, has announced the deployment of staff to Maiduguri to address population and other environmental challenges. Abbas made this known while consoling the governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, when he led a delegation of heads of relevant agencies in the ministry on an assessment visit to Maiduguri. Abbas says the ministry has prepared for the aftermath of the Lao Dam flood disaster in Maiduguri with the deployment of staff of relevant agencies to Borno. The International Broadcasting Convention, IBC 2024, a major global event for professionals in the creation, management and delivery of entertainment and news content, is taking place in Amsterdam. IBC serves as a key platform for broadcasters, technologists and media companies to exhibit their latest innovations, exchange insights and discuss the future direction of the media and broadcasting industry. This year's focus is on cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence, virtual reality, 5G broadcasting, cloud technology, and sustainability in media production, transformative advancement poised to reshape the industry. Prominent figures in attendance include Dr. Ibrahim Biu, Managing Director of Global Television, Mohammed Babagana Bulama, Director General of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, Senator Ibrahim Bowai from Yobe State, and Yusuf Maman, Chairman of the Allied People's Movement. The convention is expected to provide deep insight into how these technologies will influence future media trends and business operations globally. Ahead of the commencement of lifting of petroleum from Dangote Refinery, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has deployed over 100 trucks to the refinery. This is just as the Lagos State government has deployed more traffic personnel to manage the expected surge in traffic along the Lekki-Ajah corridor. The federal government had initially announced the commencement of lifting of premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petroleum, from the Dangote refinery. After some back and forth, it was subsequently agreed that NNPCL will be the initial sole buyer of Dangote PMS for onward distribution to other marketers. The wife of Imo State Governor Chioma Uzodinma says her administration will empower 1,575 women across various categories of skill acquisition. She made this known at the grand finale of the 2024 August meeting with Imo women. Amarachi Ibe tells us more.
Women from the 27 local government areas of Imo State, in their different groups, with their different uniforms, gathered at NDBC Carlo Square, venue for this year's grand finale of this year's August meeting, hosted by wife of the Imo State Governor, Chioma Uzodinma. The wife of the Imo State Governor, Chioma Uzodinma, explained that this year's August meeting, themed Nwanyi Dike, a strong woman, captured the profound, the declaration of indomitable spirit that defines Imo women. She says the event is to reflect on collective achievements and set purposeful path for the future.
Nwanyi Dike, a strong woman, captures the very essence of our identity as Imo women. Today, we are here not just to celebrate our resilience and strength, but to reflect on our collective achievements and set a purposeful path for our future. Nwanyi Dike is not just a theme. It is a profound declaration of the indomitable spirit that defines the Igbo woman.
Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma thanked Imo women for their support and also thanked the wife of the president.
I want to compliment my wife for the bold initiatives she has rolled out and for embracing you Imo women into a partnership that is working. I want to thank you. I will also use this opportunity to thank the First Lady of Nigeria for all the support and connections she continued to make to Imo women.
Dignitaries in attendance include wife of the Southern Governors, members of Imo State House of Assembly, and other top government officials. Amarachi Ibe for Global Television News, Owerri.
The Comptroller General of the Nigeria Customs Service, CJC Adewale Adeniyi, has tasked the service's public relations team on the need to align their communication strategies with the agenda of President Bola Tinubu. The Comptroller General stated this at the 2024 Public Relations Conference for Public Relation Officers of the service in Abuja. Here is Kikela Mokeri's report.
The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, charged the public relation officers of the service to create more awareness on the service trade modernization project, while urging the team across zones and commands of the country to keep their eyes on the balls and change the trajectory. The custom boss further charged the PR officers to invest more in discipline, commitment, professional standards as they aspire to be the best at what they do.
As the society evolves, our strategies have to evolve. We must continue to be strategic in our approach to communication. Communication can no longer be like we have generated 20 million or we have made 5 seizures. We now have to look at the strategic and the bigger picture. We now have to begin to align what we do to the objective of Mr. President.
President of the Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, Dr. Ike Neliako, reminded media practitioners and the PR professionals present at the conference that public relations is the core of life. The National Public Relations Officer of Customs, Abdullahi Miwada, reflected on the journey so far as he commended the Comptroller General for his support to the growth of the team.
Public relations is about consultation. When you consult, you give a consensus, then you create. And PR is about creation. And who did they create? In his own image. You cannot make an image until you become an image. So PR is about image making. This conference is not merely a gathering of minds, but a chance to collectively reflect on our journey, assess our present, and envision our future. As we explore the chronicles of progress, we trace the historical path of our units, acknowledging milestones reached, the challenges overcome, and the invaluable lesson learned along the way.
It is expected that the event will improve service delivery in the area of fostering mutual understanding between Nigerian Customs Service and all stakeholders. Kikeloma Okeri, Global Television News.
In the meantime, following the appointment by the Board of the Nigeria Customs Service of 2 Deputy Comptroller General of Customs and 5 Assistant Comptrollers General of Customs, the Comptroller General of the service has decorated the newly promoted officers, noting that their elevation is based on merit. Kikeloma Okeri has more.
In the last 1 year, the Nigerian Customs Service has witnessed a significant turnover of members of management, with over 10 management staff bowing out of service on the basis of retirement. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, says the newly promoted senior officers have shown competence, diligence and commitment in their approach to their work and responsibility. He therefore urged the new senior officers to be more dedicated so as to take the service to a higher pedestal.
First, these sets of officers that we have elevated have been selected very carefully on the basis of merits. I want to assure you that these are officers with proven integrity. These are officers that have shown competence, diligence, and commitment in their approach to their work and responsibility.
Speaking on behalf of the newly promoted senior officers, Deputy Comptroller General of Customs, Olaniyan Alajogun, applauds the board of the service while pledging unwavering commitment to duty and unparalleled dedication to service.
We are pledging an untinted loyalty, unwavering commitment to duty, and unparalleled dedication to service.
It is indeed a joyous occasion for the celebrated officers. The high point of the event was the decoration of the newly promoted senior officers. It is expected that they will justify the confidence the service reposes in them. Kikeloma Okeri, Global Television News.
The Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria has reopened the verification portal for nurses and midwives on its website. It was confirmed that the Nursing and Midwifery Council portal shows that nurses and midwives can now submit verification requests. Various nurses have commended the efforts of the association for bringing the change to fruition. Acting National Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Iliya Damagum, says members of the party will use their blood to defend their votes in the September 21st governorship election in Edo State. This is even as he warned the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, against midnight announcement of the election results. Damagum made this known during the grand finale of the PDP campaign in Edo State. He also presented the party's flag to the governorship candidate, Dr. Aswe Ighodalo. Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, says Nigeria must plan to solve the twin problems of poverty and unemployment to avert long-term insecurity and instability in the country. The Chief of Army Staff stated this while presenting the first Strategic Personality Lecture of the Institute of Peace and Strategic Studies, University of Ibadan. Lagbaja says no single agency could solve the myriads of insecurities facing the country, and that the Nigerian Army is deepening synergy with other agencies to achieve the mandate of security of lives and properties and keeping the country safe. The student community at Ekosode, Edo State, was thrown into panic this morning when a story building on Ekato Street, Benin City, the state capital, collapsed during the early morning downpour. Ekosode borders the University of Benin and has a huge student population, as those who cannot get accommodation in the school opt to live in the area. It was reported that some of the trapped students have been rescued while others are still in search. In its efforts to flush out terrorists and armed violent bandits in Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has donated patrol vehicles to the Nigerian police for accelerated response to security threats in the state. Governor Dauda Lawal, while handing over the vehicles to the 16 police divisions, 2 mobile police force units and counter-terrorism unit, stated that security of lives and properties is topmost in his rescuing mission agenda. Sharon Ajay has details.
Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal says operational patrol vehicles will enhance the police response to distressed calls and patrol of the state to ensure a secure environment for the residents. Governor Lawal further commiserates with the police and the Nigerian Army, whose 7 of its personnel were killed in an ambush by suspected terrorists on Thursday morning, and assured to improve the police and other security agencies' efficiency and effectiveness in carrying out their constitutional duties.
We find it within the meager resources that we have as a state to first consider the DPOs and be able to make them mobile so that they will be able to attend to any emergency that arises in the course of their duty. Let me also use this opportunity to condole the CP about the incident that happened where we lost some men today in the course of fighting bandits around Kotorokashi area. May their soul rest in peace.
The Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Zamfara State, Captain Bala Meriga, says the essence of the donation of operational patrol vehicles is to enhance police operations and quick response to emergency security threats in the state.
In an effort to eradicate this security problem, it cannot be done without giving consideration to our security personnel, mostly the police, who are closer to the people. And the governor realized that police are not adequately, at least, mobiled. So they don't have enough and strong vehicles to move around in case of emergency.
The Commissioner of Police in Zamfara State, CP Mohammed Danlijan, expressed the readiness of the Nigerian police to defend and protect residents of the state against activities of violent armed bandits who are unleashing terror on innocent citizens.
We will continue to fight them until when they are totally defeated. Sir, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Adewolu Egbetoko, we hereby appreciate you for giving on these patrol vehicles.
He appealed to residents to promptly report suspicious characters to the police. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Meanwhile, 3 soldiers of the Nigerian Army and 4 personnel of the Nigerian Police Force have been killed while repelling bandits' attack on Zamfara Highway. Confirming the incidents to newsmen in Gusau, the Zamfara State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Dalijan, says the bandits had planned to attack a construction company working along the highway and abduct some of their workers. He says joint security forces of the Nigerian police and the army were mobilized to the scene, but unfortunately the bandits laid an ambush and opened fire on them.
Well, the bandit had wanted to enter into Setarako camp to abduct some staff of the Setarako company. We had the information, we sent our men not knowing that they have laid ambush on the road. And as they were going into the company, they met heavy resistance from these bandits. They opened fire, exchanged gun fire. In the process, we lost some army personnel and some police personnel too. We lost 3 soldiers and 4 policemen.
The commissioner, however, commended the troop who fought gallantly to repel the attack. In business, the federal government has committed to funding the revenue gap caused by the difference between the cost-reflective tariffs and the actual tariffs paid by customers of Kano Electricity Distribution Company. This was outlined in a September 2024 supplementary order issued by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission under the multi-year tariff order framework for KEDCO. The supplementary order, effective from September 1st, 2024, seeks to address the financial imbalances that have arisen due to external factors such as exchange rate fluctuations and inflation. As we end the Global News Prime, let's take a look at some of our top stories. President Tinubu lauds military for killing notorious bandits. Lagos overhauls traffic as NNPC deploys 100 trucks to Dangote refinery. Federal government grants subsidy to Kano Electricity on customers. And that's it on the News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching, and see you again.